jewelry is so particular. Either it goes with your aesthetic or not.
What are some challenges that you faced?
Getting out of my head. Still remember that first event. I was so nervous. Like I didn't know who was gonna show up. People actually bought my samples. He was like, you know, your stuff is just so unique.
What has been your proudest moment?
Great question. It's so much greater than me. What really inspires me is trying to live a purposeful life. How can I do good in this world?
How many meals have you been able to provide?
We're close to like
Folks, welcome back to another episode of The Locals. Thrilled to have you here. My name is Ryan Glatzhofer, and I'm going around the Chicagoland area spotlighting courageous entrepreneurs. Thrilled for you to see the person I have with me today. Her name is Karen Joy from Salamat Designs. Please welcome Karen. Karen, pleasure to meet you.
excited to be here.
Salamat Designs. What does Salamat mean?
Salamat in the Filipino language translates to thank you. That represents gratitude. It's not only what you receive, but how do you give back?
How did you come up with this concept? Where did it all start?
Jewelry with the social impact. My heritage is very important to me, my culture. With each sale, I give back to the community in the Philippines with 1 to 3 meals to a feeding program at an elementary school.
How did that relationship start with the school?
Started 9 years ago. My family got approached to see if we could help out. A lot of the kids, unfortunately may not have 3 consistent meals.
I was going around different craft fairs during the holiday season to see who kind of stood out. Jewelry with social impact immediately caught my attention.
The story of the children and the meals is so close to my heart. It's so much greater than me. What really inspires me is trying to live a purposeful life, and with the small gifts and talents that I have, like how can I do good in this world?
Why did you decide to go with jewelry? Is it just a passion of yours?
I've always, since I was younger, liked to draw, do arts and crafts. It just comes natural. With this mission, wouldn't it be great if I could spread the word, but then they also have a keepsake.
A little token to say thank you for your support.
Yes. All the materials are from the Philippines. My dad and we were visiting family in a major city called Cebu. We would approach different suppliers, ask them questions about the materials, where it's from. Seashells, there's bamboo, coconut shells, the beading as well, like natural wood.
Why don't you walk me through some of your creations?
These earrings, they're made out of coconut shells, and also the 2 on the right, the leaves. That's why the pattern is a little varied.
Yes.
And if you feel it too, the texture. Those beads are also made out of coconut, also bamboo. My favorite is anything with these circles. It's made out of nito, which is a material found in the southern part of the country. These are made of shells. These beadings, it's like local wood, so you can see the different textures. And then there's rattan.
When did you start this business?
End of last summer, my one friend was hosting a networking event. She encouraged me to bring some samples. So I went on stage, I shared the purpose of what I want to do, and people actually bought my samples. That kind of gave me the momentum and the encouragement.
How do you start getting the word out?
Craft fairs, tried to book, as many events as I could. And I also just needed, the confirmation that that this would work, like market research, because I feel like family and friends, will always be supportive, but sometimes it's good to just hear from complete strangers that what you're doing makes sense.
How many meals have you been able to provide?
I still remember, I didn't even book my first event yet, and I was talking to my dad, we were on a walk, and I said, wouldn't it be great if we could just raise enough for 100 meals? And now, as of January, we're close to 450.
450?
Yeah.
I think you surpassed it just fine.
I think
well
so
done.
too.
You have to create a presence whenever you're going out to a craft fair or whenever you're marketing yourself, right, and your products. So you have this really great background, green colors, a little bit of light blue, the nice white, clean aesthetic. How did you go about creating the vibe that you wanted to present?
Yeah, I've always liked less is more.
Minimalistic?
Yeah, minimalistic, very simple. Get the earth tones, but then the bright blue as well.
Did you design the logo and everything yourself?
I did.
Is everything that you make custom made, or is everything kind of a unique creation for a unique individual?
I'll make a handful at a time.
Okay.
When I have events, it's a learning process because I'm just starting, so you never know what sells.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have an event and a lot of people like one thing, and then you go to another event preparing that one item, and it turns out the people who are there enjoy something else. Because as women, I feel like jewelry is so particular. There it goes with your aesthetic or not.
Of all the different jewelry pieces that you create, do you find that some are more popular than others?
Definitely earrings, but I do like the bracelets as well. Men and children I've had buy it.
In this relatively new business, what are some challenges that you faced?
Getting out of my head. Still remember that first event. I was so nervous. Like I didn't know who was going to show up. I shared it with some friends. I don't have a website, so it was just like my Instagram account. I remember my first sale. It was like an older gentleman. He bought a bracelet and he loved it. We just had like a conversation in front of my booth, and he was like, you know, your stuff is just so unique. You don't know who you're gonna meet, and oftentimes you get so much more than you've ever expected.
Right. Do you have any advice to any other entrepreneurs?
You know, not being afraid of fear or what scares you.
Right.
For me in the beginning, it was very intimidating.
Sure.
I didn't know what to expect, just share my story. You're not selling to the masses. I think you're just selling to the people who like either the aesthetic or the mission of jewelry itself.
So far, what has been your proudest moment?
That's a great question.
I could see like your face lighting up when you had your first purchase.
Oh,
I don't know if that's it, but that's definitely a momentum builder.
immense gratitude for the people I've met along the way. A relationship, a friendship, or even if it's like a short encounter. There have been times where I'll be at these events and people would just want to give to the kids. They don't necessarily need jewelry. They'll just donate. Those moments inspires me to continue and to build it.
Who has been your support system? Who's been helping you along the way?
Definitely my family and friends. And so when I do events, oftentimes it's my mom or my dad with me helping. I mean, over the years, we've seen, you know, teachers come and go, students have grown and then like graduated from the grade school, and then like principals have changed as well.
Right.
But we've always like retained that relationship.
So, if people are interested in either supporting a school in the Philippines or getting some jewelry, how can they get in touch with you and try one of your products?
You can find me on Instagram at Salamat Designs. And I'm in the process of creating a website.
Salamat, I cannot thank you enough for your time today. I think what you're doing is wonderful. It's basically like a triple threat. You have your product, a tribute to your culture. It's also giving back to other people. It's a social cause. Congratulations to you on what you're doing, and keep it up.
Oh, thank you so much. Salamat.
Folks, that does it for another episode of The Locals. Interested in more content like this? You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.